Hello everyone, today I'm going to review for you the Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP. This came out in, I believe, March 2003. It retailed at the time $99.99 if I remember correctly. It was a successor, I guess you can say, to the original Game Boy Advance, which I reviewed earlier. It pretty much gave you a more compact size and an actual lit screen. This particular model is in cobalt blue, and it's the original AGS-001 model, so it has the front lit screen. The more desired model is AGS-101, which I've been trying to find for quite some time. And as you can, I love this cobalt blue. I think it's a really attractive color for the Game Boy Advance SP. Upon opening it, you're greeted by a typical Nintendo fashion D-pad, nice and clickety, feels nice. BA buttons that also feel really nice. Start and select buttons. All the buttons have a really nice feel to them, actually. Your mono sound speaker, your screen light button, which turns the front light on or off, and right here is your kind of smallish gameplay screen where, and on the top there's not much to say other than my Apple sticker and a nice little silver Nintendo sticker right here. Nice little touch from them. To the side you got a power switch and two light indicators to show, one, that the battery is charging into your power level. It will shine green if the battery's in good charge, or it will turn, I guess, orange or red, whatever, if the battery's about to die and you need to charge it. Speaking of, the Game Boy Advance SP comes with a lithium-ion battery, which was definitely a step up from, Game Boys of past using, your usual AA's. And I think the original model had AAA's. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone. Up here, you have two ports for, this one is for your charger or proprietary Nintendo headphone jack, because, well, yeah, unfortunately there's no headphone jack. And this one is for the Game Boy Advance Game Link. You can play multiplayer with other games, or you can actually link up to the Nintendo GameCube for, like special features, I guess you can say. Here you got your little L and R buttons, which are kind of small, but yeah, they still work pretty good. And up here you got your game slot, which plays both Game Boy Advance and Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. And yeah, Game Boy Original and Game Boy Color kind of, just poke right out. Kind of annoying to look at, but whatever. And when you're plugging in a Game Boy or Game Boy Color game into the Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Advance SP, you can actually change the aspect ratio. By pressing R, it will play it in the normal original Game Boy ratio, and by pressing L, it will actually wind the screen, so you can play Game Boy Color in widescreen format. It was a neat little feature. And also, just like with the Game Boy Color, with original Game Boy games, you can actually change the different game palettes, which was also pretty neat. Alright, in conclusion, the Game Boy Advance SP was, is, and always will be a great little handheld to have around. You can find them very cheap nowadays, and also there was tons and tons of great Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games that you can play on the Game Boy Advance SP. Is it worth the investment? I kind of already answered that question, but anyway, yes, it is still a great investment. What would be the preferred model? The AGS 101, because of its much better backlit screen. Well, everyone, this was my review of the Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP. Rate, comment, subscribe. Take care, everyone.